I know this is completely off topic, but did you know that Snoop Dogg actually came out with a product that's called Gin and Juice? I mean, yeah, he did the song Gin and Juice. I love gin and tonic, but when it comes to juice, like orange juice, I like screwdrivers. When it comes to just straight vodka and orange juice, like it commingles so well, you don't even know the vodka is there. That's bad. Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I'm Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another Final Pour episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it's one of those videos. As my all returning viewers know, let's do this. This is the Final Pour episode of the Bass Armagnac Delord XO, extra old. That usually means 15 years age range. It's not an age statement unless they put an actual number on it. Down here it says age minimum of 12 years, but XO usually means around the 10-year mark as far as I remember. But it's like every label has its own rules. There's no unified like standard for it. So it is what it is. But let's go ahead and get this Final Pour episode on the books. That's my cat. I'm sorry, I paused for my cat. What's up, buddy? All the doors are open because I'm the only one home right now. So the cat is basically, he's coming and going. And then once he hears my voice, he comes. So let's get this cork pop. Oh, yeah, the microphones are up here now. Ooh. Organic, nondescript. That's okay. You'll go on the backup pile. Oh, kitty, kitty. Oh, wait. See, I misjudged it again. Here's the reason why. What the heck is that? That is so weird. I get when they put that on the champagne bottles. I don't know why they do it on the Armagnac, but here it is. The Bass Armagnac Delord XO. At minimum age of 12 year. Give you one last look at the backside. Distillation, single, slow, and low temperature to keep more flavors and rich care. I love this stuff. I love this. These people that are putting out these labels, these bottles. Look at that. That's actually one of the darker Armagnacs that I've had, and that's an XO. At least a minimum age of 12 year. Ooh. The nosing on this reminds me, and I know I've said it before on some Armagnacs, it reminds me of a Glenmorangie. If you've ever had a Glenmorangie, I right here will tell you, skip the 10-year, go for the 12. The Glenmo 12 is where you should start. The 10-year has been discontinued, and they put everything into the 12 and above. So go for the 12-year. Do not get suckered into the 10-year unless you just need to check that off on your list, which I had to do. I had to do that, and that kind of set me back on the Glenmorangie line. What's the one I haven't done yet? The 14, the Quinta Ruban, the 14-year. I did the 15, very beautiful. Now I got to step back and do the 14. Oh. What was that? That's that ghost. I have a ghost. Almost everywhere I go, there's a ghost, and they mess with me. I'm sort of a medium, like a tuning rod for the spiritual realm. My wife has seen a ghost in the last place where we're at. She's seen it. I didn't tell her anything. She's seen it, and I'm like, yeah, it's a little girl, right? And she was like, oh my God. Yeah, so that's what happens when you die and come back. I've done it twice. I've died and come back twice. You may not wish to believe that's possible. Whatever reason, whatever. But I've died twice and came back. And both times I was told, nope, you're not ready. You're not on the schedule. You're not on the schedule. Go back. You got stuff to do. Oh. It's got a beautiful nose. I think I've told you this before that I don't particularly care for the XOs because of the more dry oakiness to the flavor profile. So let's go ahead and get on the flavor profile. That's not bad. Now we've gotten down to the very bottom. I do a three-part system, 3 parts to my system of review. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impressions with you, because that's what we do, baby. Part 2, full review time. We drink it down halfway, we put the cork on it, put it back on the shelf. Armagnac and cognac, I believe, is just fine for 1 week, while wine and champagne are like days. Wine is like 5 days. Champagne, I would probably do 2, maybe 3 tops. Armagnac and cognac, I would probably put a little further. Cognac could probably go a week and a half. Armagnac, single distilled, could probably go for 1 week. But anyways, halfway down, cork in it, put it back on the shelf. I will go online, try and find out as much as I can, come back most likely with nothing. But we'll talk about it. I will score it, continue to drink it, because part 3, final pour episode, thusly named, will have the final pour compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. This got better, okay? This got better as you drink it down. The more oxygenated it got, the more open it became, the better the experience. I don't particularly care for XOs. I absolutely will I always tell people, I said, when it comes to Armagnac, $30 to $40, good range. That's where it is. $30 to $40 out the door. As far as the age range goes, there's a lot of XO I don't care for. Napoleons are almost perfect. I would choose Napoleon 9 out of 10 times over an XO. XOs are more of a dry oakiness, and they tend to lean more towards like whiskeys, like bourbons and stuff like that. But the Napoleons are a little more sweeter as a wine than the whiskey. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to choose what kind of Armagnac you want to go with. The XOs are more like bourbons. They're dry oakiness, but the Napoleons are a little bit juicier, a little bit sweeter towards the wine. Let's get one more and we'll go on. Weather's been crazy here. Off and on, thunderstorms have been just intermittently been rolling through the area. I've been off because you don't want to be outside messing with electricity and machinery during thunderstorms and lots of rain and stuff. So let's go ahead and get this. Like it's an XO. It's got decent viscosity. Look at that. It's got pretty good viscosity. We'll bump that up on the scale. Good viscosity. Transfers relatively decently. Again, it's got that dry oakiness as a bourbon. You definitely get lots of woody notes on the palate. Wood, a little bit of spice, oakiness, dryness. Slight juicy, slight oily, which counterbalances all that. And it's pretty good, but again, I'm still going to revert back to the Napoleon when it comes to Armagnac. As far as the palate goes, I'm getting mostly jowls, then secondary cheeks. The heat on the back end is, I don't know, it's not going to hit a 2. It's over a 1 out of 5, but it's not going to push a 2, which I think most of the time you don't have to expect the heat in the back end. That's for bourbon. If you want massive amounts of heat, go for a high proofage bourbon. That'll do you just fine. If you want something that is very mellow, very juicy, slightly oily, just rich and mellow and delicious and easy sipping, go for an Armagnac. But if you want something a little more staunch, a little bit more punchiness to it, go for a higher proof Scotch. I'm getting to that point where I'm just looking for people to ask me for opinions. And when they do, boy howdy, they come back and I'm like, oh my God, give me another one. So yeah, after a 1.5 year experience down this whole rabbit hole, I've done a lot of videos. I have done, if I remember correctly, the video count I have on YouTube alone is well over 1,000. I think it's well over 1,100 videos with about 540-ish, 540-ish reviews. And that includes all types of libations, beers, non-brew reviews, wines, tequilas, and so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and do this finish. But before that, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that power of... So, there's a notification just pushed up, said my power level is low. So if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, boy, you're missing out. Let's go ahead and do it. Subscribe to the channel. That way, more of these great content will come out. I promise you, it's worth it. Yeah, let's do this final. This pour. Let's do this finish. I've found that a lot of these higher, more age statement Armagnacs are best on the final pour. The very final part of the bottle is where they really shine. The XOs. The extra old Armagnacs really shine on the very, very bottom of the bottle. They open up, they relax just to a point where everything's really spread out. It's very delicious. If you are a whiskey drinker and you also like wine, Armagnac may be for you. So one more time, I'm going to say, if you like whiskey and you also kind of like wine, try an Armagnac. But keep in mind, somewhere between $30 and $40 out the door and about 10-year age range. XO, again, a little bit on the dry side, a little bit on the oaky side for whiskey or bourbon lovers. The XO is going to be for you. If you're more of a Scotch person, try the Napoleon. The Napoleon is less dry, more juicy, a little more oiliness. It's a little drop in the age statement, more closer to the 10-year than the 15. There it is. Whew. This has definitely been a nice experience, but I don't think I will go any higher than an XO. There are a couple more steps up for these labeling, these bottlings with the wax and the seal. But I think this is where I'm going to stop. I may try something higher up the ladder at some point, but I think for Armagnac, like I said, $30 to $40, roughly about the 10-year age range, is a sweet spot for me. And that's where I recommend that you look for. $30 to $40 around the 10-year age statement is where you should really start. Use my experience. Start from there as a launching pad and enjoy yourself. There it is in the comment section. Love to know where you're at. What are you currently drinking? Have you had an Armagnac Delord Bass Armagnac XO? Any of that and in between? Let's talk about it. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one.